Hi there, welcome to the Temptations of Troy. This is my first video in a long time. Since lockdowns eased here in the UK, I've been quite busy with work, and therefore YouTube has kind of had to take a back seat. But I figured, since I got this little special package here for my birthday, I figured I would share it with you guys. It's not a beer, obviously, or no, actually, I guess you could fit beer in there, but this is a box set of one of my favorite bands. Probably one of the bands that I've listened to the longest, and I've enjoyed pretty much all of their albums, and this is all of their albums. So, we're going to open it up. I mean, you might have a clue to what band it is from my t-shirt, but yeah, let's see if we can get into this. Without wrecking it. Don't want to. It's kind of a weird box, but maybe if I just start chopping away at it, something will come out. Oh yeah, no, it looks pretty. It's quite heavy. I'm not gonna lie. And well, maybe it doesn't want to come out. More tape in here. Ooh, looks shiny. I'll take it out this way because then you can see the. Ooh, the logo. Check that. Ooh, zoom in. Look at that puppy. So I don't know if you know this, but MXPX is the only band that I have a tattoo of on my calf. I got it many years ago. It was first done with a guitar string. That's how punk I am. But yeah, I'm very excited to get this box set. They are a Christian, well, they were a Christian punk band that I got into many years ago, but they actually had an issue with people calling them a Christian punk band because they were like, people who are artists and painters, you don't call them Christian painters and artists. They just wanted to be a band. But of course, they did get signed by a Christian label and all that stuff. But is it really a Christian label? That's a discussion for another time. But anyways, let's open up the box set. Ooh, I like how it opens right at the teeth. That's kind of cool. There we go. Lid's off. So, first thing I'm going to take out is they have a coffee table book. Oh, there goes the slip mat too. But here's the coffee table book. It's called Dear MXPX. It's got all sorts of letters from fans and interesting artwork. So I'll get to have a nice little browse, nice little read. Very nice book. Same size as the vinyls, fits in there really nice. Okay, next is the slip mat. When it's on your vinyl player, you can see poking at you, walking around and around. Another very cool thing to have in the box set. And then of course, these are the beauties right here. We have the very first album I bought on tape cassette at a store in Ottawa, and I was there with my cousin Derek, and he bought the next one. So I had this one, he had this one. He ended up liking this one better, and I ended up liking this one better. But at the end of the day, they're both great albums. This one's a little more punky. I remember listening to it with Spider, Warren Hastings, and he said, "Oh, I can just hear their little Christian hearts just breaking as they sing." But yeah, no, he always made pretty funny jokes about Christian music and stuff. But he was always cool with it. So let's take a look at the first one here. Let's see what the vinyl looks like. I think one of these is pretty neat because it's got the. Okay, this is. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at that color. Isn't that pretty? And I think on the other one, because they have two. Oh yeah, this is cool because they've got the actual poking at you on the back of the vinyl, because this side is the music, but this side there was no music. But yeah, it's cool. They have like a thing all about poking at you on the back of this, so that's probably extra to what I would have had in the cassette art, because obviously this is a bit repackaged. But I'm not going to go through all of those, but I am going to just show you each album. So obviously this one, the first one, actually I was going to say the tape cassette had their original name, which was Magnified Plaid, which was shortened to M.P. and then it went to MXPX, and that's the name that stuck. So, but yeah, there's no Magnified Plaid on this anymore. It just says MXPX. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, that's the tattoo I have too. So the first album, Poking At Ya, is my tattoo. Then the second one is Poking At Ya again. But yeah, Teenage Politics. It was sort of a more poppy than the next album, but still a great album. And then this one was the one that I think sort of put them on the map and got them, Life in General, got them a lot of attention from mainstream. So they I would say this was their crossover album. And they started to get a little less focused on the Jesus stuff, but you could hear every now and then, you know, they'd say things about faith and God. But solid album, definitely one of my favorites. This is another one that I'm very excited for, because I've heard from a lot of the MX vinyl collectors that the only reason they had all the other vinyls, but they didn't have this one. So this was like the main reason that they bought the box set, because this one is very hard to find. And this box set was very expensive to buy and ship from the US. I ended up paying about £420 by the time everything was done. But at the end of the day, it's worth it, because when I was looking for like one album, it was £75 just for one album. So now I've got them all. And yeah, it's pretty, I think Tanya will be probably most excited about this one. This is one of her favorites. I must say that this one has a real emotional connection for me. There's one song that says, "Crying, driving in my car, looking back on my life this far." And yeah, I've done that, like listening to this album, crying in my car while I was listening to it. So definitely in the feels. It gets you in the feels. This one is a really fun one. Before, Everything, and After, MXPX. This one sort of has a lot of fun songs. They have some good music videos for it. Definitely a solid album. So many good albums here. Panic. I would say, I think this one has, what is it? Oh yeah, this one has what some have told me is my theme song. It's called Late Again. So yeah, you probably understand that. But yeah, great album. I think they were on Side One Dummy Records for this one, so they sort of switched from the Christian label. They might have done that before. I think this was their, yeah, they were on Universal, on A&M for that one. So they definitely sort of popped around from label to label, so they must have got permission to reprint all these. Secret Weapon. I think this one, I think I didn't fall away from MXPX, but I wasn't really as on top of all their releases. But this one I sort of got into a bit later. But it was, again, once I listened to it, I'm like, I still like MXPX after all these years. And I still do. So the next one, this one actually really got me back into MXPX. This Plans Within Plans. I would say it's another one that just sort of captures that, you know, getting older, growing up, sort of. I mean, pretty much all their albums were about that, but this one sort of hits you right where you needed to be hit at the time. So definitely a great album. Looking forward to spinning that one too. And last but definitely not least, because this is their most recent, self-titled, I guess. And this one is great. Like, to think that they've released 10 albums and are still, actually the first song says rolling strong. 10 albums later and they're still rolling strong. That is there's definitely something to be said for that. And like Friday tonight, Tanya and I, when we do our music videos tonight, on Friday nights, we always play Friday Tonight off of this album. Yeah, pretty much. I think Let's Ride was on the re-release of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and that's actually got probably the most plays of some of their other songs. So it's actually brought them back into sort of the mainstream again. So yeah, 10 years later, or 10, no, it's more than 10 years. It's 10 albums later is what I meant to say. And they have this beautiful box set, and I'm definitely pretty stoked to have it. So thanks for watching. I don't know when I'm going to do another video again, but this was fun. I'm glad I got to share my very expensive birthday present that I bought for myself. But thanks to the wife for letting me, so I guess that is something to be said. But thanks for watching, and maybe we'll see you again soon. Bye.